Hello and welcome to another edition of What's Next with Joey McGuire. Robert Giovanetti with the head coach, Joey McGuire, 3-0 Red Raiders. And Coach, you can only beat the teams in front of you, so you got to feel pretty good about where you are right now.
Yeah, I do. I mean, if you ask me, write the perfect start. One, of course, I'm always going to write 3-0, but sure. I really do feel like we have done exactly what we have supposed to do. You know, we've been able to dominate the opponent. We've been able to play a lot of players. We have gotten a lot of our young guys in, and so that's really what we wanted to do, and we've not done that before.
So somebody asked me, and you said this, I thought it was interesting. Somebody asked me about weather delays.
Yeah.
We've had two in our first three home games, and you said, are those first two you've ever had in your career?
No, we had Wyoming. You remember we had that Wyoming?
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Like literally, I think I had one, I think it was 2015 maybe at Cedar Hill. I mean, whenever I count them up, I did play Kenny Perry in a rain delay, and we beat him. He was at Arlington, Sam Houston, and it was 3rd and like probably 8 in the rain delay, and I came out and ran a fake punt on him and got the first down. We gained about 30 yards, ended up scoring. It was a really tight game. So, like, I've had a few of them, but not like I've never had 2 in 1 year, much less 2 in the first 3 games.
I love how you said I had one against Kenny Perry. We beat him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I got to remind him we're 2-1 in head-to-head games as head coaches. I've got him twice. He's got me once.
So there's a couple things about the rain delay I want to talk about. One is if you watch the ride this week, which recaps the wins, you show they're talking about. You show the clip from The Town, which I love that movie. The Town. That's such a great movie. I always tell people
it's one of my favorites
to watch The Town. But there is kind of a cool message there, right? Like, hey, unquestioned loyalty to your friends, and you're talking about them as brothers, and I think it resonates with these guys.
Yeah, so it was really cool how things just work together, and we had shown that on Tuesday, and that is my favorite scene, and using it. We've got another scene coming up this week that's my second favorite scene to use.
From The Town also?
No, it's from Creed 2.
Okay.
But Corbin did our chapel, and he started talking about, he was using not necessarily The Town, but using all this like closeness and like the truth, because we talk about all the time, love's the most powerful thing. Hate's a really powerful thing. Revenge is a really powerful thing, all that stuff. But love is the most powerful thing. And whenever you're sitting there and he says, whose car are we taking? It was out of love. It was out of like true loyalty. And that's what we're trying to get to, that these guys are like, just no question, hey, this is what we're doing. We're doing it together. Let's go do it.
The other part of it that struck me is, so I'm up in the press box with, media, and everyone's soft, right? Like, another lightning strike, another 30 minutes. Everyone's going, oh, man. Jonathan Boutros told me he was down here with you guys, and he's like, Baron Martin was like, another lightning? I was like, yes, sir. Okay. He's talking about how Baron was just locked in.
Yeah, it's one of those deals. You got to control what you can control. What we could control is how we respond to it, And as we were going through, we made our adjustments. We were ready to go, and they said, hey, lightning delay. The first one, we kind of hung in there and just didn't do anything other than listen to a little music. And then the second one, when that hit, we turned on Georgia, Tennessee, to get those guys watching football and a little bit relaxed. And once they said you can go, we always talk about when you go, you go. And they were ready.
It was, I thought, in all my years of Tech football, for a team that we don't have a tradition against, Oregon State, afternoon game, the crowd was about as locked in, as electric as I can remember in that kind of a setting.
Yeah.
And they helped cause the 2 false starts.
Right off the bat.
You guys get good field position, and then here comes the lightning.
Yeah.
I think we would have had a really electric day that day at Jones Stadium from the crowd. There's only so much the fans are going to do. They're not going to wait out a 2-hour rain delay. But, man, how awesome was that at the beginning?
It was incredible, man. And it's really it's kind of like the team right now. Like, I think we have another gear to play at. I think our crowd has another gear.
I think so, too.
I really do. Our next home game is against Kansas, and I'm just telling you, again, if you hadn't got your tickets for that game, you better get them. And I think it's, we just have that opportunity to see something really special. I'm hoping the weather,
we deserve a break.
We do. I mean, because that first week, if you think about that, I mean, there was no space to sit in the north end zone. This last week was really close to the same. I mean, it was another sellout, and I think that this is a really special team, and they're going to see great things, and man, they're ready for it. So I think our crowd has another gear too.
I got here early Saturday, and the students were already lined up pretty far, and I thought, okay, this is a good sign.
Yeah.
It's early in the morning. They're out here. Again, Oregon State, not a team we have a tradition against, but I do think our fans are really buying into what's happening. They're listening, I think, on the tortillas for the most part. So
yes.
It's been a great 3-0 start for the fans as well.
Yeah, I really did think, like, if you I know it kind of the weather delay probably caused a little bit of it too, but I thought this was the best our crowd as far as like, hey, look, let's don't mess up this tradition.
Yeah.
Let's don't, when we kick off, and not do it again. I felt like that was the best that we've done following that directive by the Big 12.
Well, speaking of, the band was great. I've seen a great picture now circulating it with you with a tuba.
Oh, yeah.
I need a poster of that, right? We might start selling those. Those are pretty cool.
Well, what's awesome is the band and the head, I guess, of their tuba section, he gave me a shirt that said, "Turn those tubas loose." And, I think that's, turn them loose, man. I mean, the band's going to be rocking. The stadium will be rocking if we turn the tubas loose.
Yeah, and they're all stuck in the tunnel. They stuck it out. I mean, It was just a fun time. You mentioned, I obviously want to get to the game, but I was thinking about Georgia-Tennessee. Tennessee has a chance to win that game late, missed field goal. Georgia ends up winning overtime. Watching the A&M Notre Dame game that night, Notre Dame misses what you think, okay, it's not a big deal. Extra point. A&M comes down, drives field, wins, scores game. Watch the Cowboys game on Sunday. 2 big field goals by the Cowboys to send it into overtime, and then overtime. And you don't think about those guys until those kind of moments, right? Then all of a sudden, just a routine missed extra point can end up costing the game.
Yeah.
And so I think it's a tribute to what KP's doing with that group too, keeping them locked in.
Yeah, he's doing a phenomenal job. And if you're a kicker, the next big-time kicker, you want to come to Texas Tech. I mean, there's no better special teams coach than Kenny Perry. And I'm just telling you, there's no better head coach as far as, like, fostering that room than what we do and what I do, because people don't understand that. Like, but unless it's the very last play, the quarterback has plays to correct his issues. Unless it's the very last play on defense, maybe it's a secondary player or something like that. Kickers, they don't know when their play is. They don't know if this is the only play they're going to get. Like week 1, we didn't see our punter, which is a good thing. Yep. But, like, they only have a certain number of plays that they're going to get, and they have to be locked in. And our guys have been really locked in, and Kenny has them locked in. And, I thought they're performing really well. I thought Jack punted the football well. He had 2 punts this last week, and those guys are going to come up big for us.
You think, I know you're a golfer, and we were talking about golf before we started rolling, but you think about it, put 60 to 100,000 people on the first fairway, and you don't know if you're going to all of a sudden, all right, Joey, get out there and hit a drive.
Yeah.
There's a pretty good chance you might, hit it left or right.
There's a really good chance that we don't need those people lining the fairway whenever I'm teeing off.
I just don't think we think about that sometimes. These guys are young guys in some cases that got to go out there and make that kick.
They do.
So you mentioned Barron yesterday in your press conference. That Barron has been so good, I think, and so solid, and he's not getting a lot of national publicity. I think that might start changing with this weekend's game, but you talk about that, it kind of feeds him a little bit.
It does. There's certain people that you don't want that. Like they're, and it's okay. It's not a good thing or a bad thing. It's a personality thing. Like, some people want positive and they feed off the positive, and that's good. Don't look at anything negative. Just focus on what's in front of you. And then some people, it fires, it fuels the fire. And he is one of those guys that's like that, that there is a chip on his shoulder. I think I gravitate to that because I'm like that. We've talked a lot about that we want to prove people wrong as a head coach and a quarterback. And so I sent him the graphic yesterday afternoon and said, hey, remember, this is what people are saying about you. Because I also sent him the graphic saying, congrats, being the grade 8, the Davey O'Brien Weekly Award.
You don't even have all of it, right? You kind of gave him a wide range. You mentioned him and Garrett. Does Garrett have so it sounds like Garrett might have a similar
he's like mentality. That. He's probably sometimes too much like that. I got to pull him back, but he and Barron are really close. They have been. Like if you think they have a totally different relationship, because whenever I was at Baylor and we were recruiting Barron, Garrett was a player. Okay. And so when Barron came on his unofficial visits, he got to hang out with Garrett and Charlie Brewer and those guys. Garrett was a player. And so those guys are connected there. They're coaches' kids, so they're connected there. And then whenever Barron was here and I moved and Garrett was other places, they always would connect. There's different times even they played golf together when Garrett was at Carolina and Barron was the quarterback here.
Yeah, you can. I just think you can kind of feel that about Barron, just a change in him and a change in his mentality. I know he's always been a tough kid.
Yeah,
but you really feel like he's taken that leadership role on this year.
Yeah, he's grown so much. I mean, whenever I first got here, it was all about his talent and how much he loved playing and how much he just loved everything about college football and college. To now, I am the leader of this team. I'm the face of this program. I have a great opportunity to do something that's never been done here. And then I have a great opportunity to follow in the footsteps of the quarterbacks that have played here, playing on Sundays. And he has become really serious about that. And, I even challenged him a couple weeks ago. I think he has a whole nother level to go to. And he is very serious about his game prep, but I think he can be even better. And so you keep challenging him that way, and he'll keep getting better.
You guys do a really good job since you've been here. Every week, there's posters all around the building.
Yeah.
1-0 against this opponent.
Yeah.
All we're focused on is this week. But does it feel a little different now that we're getting into conference play? And here's Utah, traditionally a really strong program. They were down last year, but they had some injuries. Does it feel a little different?
Yeah, it does, but you still focus on, like the great thing about our people, I know you see it, but when you walk into the building on Sunday, there's nothing left of the previous opponent.
Yeah.
It's already 1-0 on the countdown clocks as far as who we're playing, and then anything that's put up just to reset. But it feels different. I mean, this is a huge game. I mean, we're 2 ranked opponents. It's on Big Noon. We're on the road. They're playing with a chip on their shoulder because of last year. I mean, I think he's had 2 to maybe 3 losing seasons in his career as a college coach. And man, he's been doing this for a long time. He's won 169 games. And so I know that it's one thing that's driving them.
He's one of the longest tenured coaches in the country, right?
Yeah.
He's, I think, certainly in the league. I don't know, Gundy may be there longer. I don't know, but they have to be almost like we're kind of trying to say, hey, this is ours for the taking. They're kind of in that same spot.
Yeah, they are. I mean, they're as good as anybody that you see playing right now. They've got a dynamic quarterback. They're really good on defense. They play well at home, and so this is, I think it's the best game on Saturday. There's a lot of big games, a lot of different logos matched up. Football-wise, this is the best game on Saturday.
You were talking about their offensive line. Obviously, our Tech's defensive line has a lot of studs on there, and how NFL scouts would be like, "Hey, this is a good place to be to watch some big time talent."
Yeah, I'll be shocked if all NFL teams don't have at least one representative at the game, just from the standpoint of their offensive line, our defensive line, but you turn around our offensive line too, with the guys that we have. And then you've got 2 big-time quarterbacks, and you've got some defensive players. Their inside linebackers projected, probably top 3 rounds. Our inside linebacker and outside backer, Jacob Rodriguez, is projected, in the top 3 rounds. And so there's so many good things that are going to be going on in that football game.
I'm not sure I'm supposed to be talking about this. If I'm not, Matt Dowd, he can have it edited out afterwards. But Fox, you mentioned Fox Big Noon.
Yeah.
Tom Rinaldi, who's probably the best in the business at storytelling, has got a story on Jacob and Emma Rodriguez.
Yeah, it's going to be incredible. They put a lot of time in it, and they do such a great job. He's amazing of what he's done in his career, and so I think it's going to be a great story to be told, and it's a great light on them and their relationship, and then a great light on Texas Tech and what we've helped with that relationship.
It's pretty awesome, and I've been texting and talking a couple times to Emma on the phone because we're trying to get her here to fly at one of our games later this season.
Yeah,
and she's a stud, kind of like
she is. I mean, she's a rock star. I always tell him she's the toughest out of us three. Whenever we're all together, she's the one that we don't want to mess with.
Yeah. So, but I think that says a lot too, right? That Big Noon's going to be here. They're kind of leaning into this too. Is hey, this is a huge matchup.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great choice by them. Probably should have been both of the big.
I was wondering if the other would come too.
Yeah. I think they're worried about other things that instead of really good football. I think that there's a narrative out there that's you can't argue with that different people are really pushing conferences and pushing logos versus pushing really good football. And what should be pushed is really good football. And Fox is pushing that. And we're going to try to back it up on the field on Saturday.
Yeah, Fox has done a good job, obviously, TNT, when they were here.
Yeah, that was awesome.
We have plenty of room here if they both want to come to a game.
Yeah, no doubt.
This season.
And there's going to be chances because this conference and, you look at our next 4 games, your Houston's undefeated. Kansas has got 1 loss. They're a really good football team. Arizona State's got 1 loss. They're a really good football team. You just keep going. This is a really tough conference and a really good conference.
Do you feel like going into the conference opener, you guys, we've had a few go down, but health-wise, pretty good spot?
Yeah, we're in a good spot. I mean, we came out of the game, with football bumps and bruises. I mean, you're always going to do that. Sunday's always going to look the same whenever you're coming out of a game and how physical that game is. This game will be even more physical, and we'll be ready for it. We're in a good shape as far as health-wise.
Hey, I'd be remiss if I didn't say this. You've been promoting this guy since spring, John Curry. He's been a guy. He's been a monster out there.
Yeah, and it's really cool. Like, I go back, and I believe I'm right about this. So my first full class where I had the full beginning to end to recruit a class, I think he was my first offer. I know he was my first commit. He is all about Texas Tech. This is his dream school. He's a Lubbock native, and he's got even though his mom disagrees, he's got a great mustache. and man, he's playing at a high level and high football IQ, really tough guy, really athletic. I mean, he looks like he weighs about 210 pounds because he's so long, but he's 230 pounds, and he plays the game the way you're supposed to play it.
And he's got great genes, right? When you go back to his family, his granddad to his parents.
Granddad to his parents. I mean, both parents played here. His granddad played in the league. He does, man. He's and the thing that I love is he just loves Texas Tech. I mean, it means something to him to put the double T on.
And again, it's great seeing all your family this weekend. I know you guys are really into it. I love when they're I know your son-in-law and daughter think maybe they bring the rain with them.
They do.
But hopefully, I said, we'll keep coming back, right? And we'll play in the rain. We don't mind the rain.
No, we don't.
Yeah, just don't be good. Lightning with you. So good luck this week. Looking forward to getting conference play started. Red Raiders and the Utes early on Saturday morning.
It's going to be good.
All right. For Joe McGuire and Robert Jubinet, that's What's Next. Wreck 'em.